Hi guys, assalamu alaikum. I hope you're all well and having a good day. So today we are basically going to solve the whole pure maths 3 integration. We will finish the whole syllabus within one video. So let's dive in. Now in the first question in the exercise 7a, you can see this is x to the power of n. They have asked us to integrate this. So while integrating this in terms of differentiation, we used to um, subtract the power by 1, right? But here in integration we will add the power by 1, so we will write it like this: x n plus 1, and we are going to divide it by n plus 1 dx, not dx, actually it's plus c. So basically this is how we will write it. Okay, now the next part we can see e to the power of x. While differentiating and integration, the e to the power x doesn't change, so we're going to write it like this: the two number will be on the e to the power of x plus c. Okay, now the third mat you can see 1 divided by x. So whenever we used to face ln x while doing differentiation, we used to write it as 1x, 1 by x, right? Now in integration is the reverse, or the reverse process of the reverse process of differentiation. So 1 by x becomes ln x. So here whenever we will see 1 by x, we will write it down like this. So it will become ln x plus c. Okay, now moving on, question number 4, you can see cos x. Now this is something that we have learned previously as well. If sine, cosine, minus 9 and minus cosine. So while differentiation we used to go in the clockwise direction, right? But in terms of integration we will go in the anti-clockwise direction. So they have given us cos x. So cos x becomes sin x plus c, and sin x becomes minus cos x plus c. And the second point, there are some formulas that you guys will have to memorize. Okay, they have given us 6 squared x. 6 squared x becomes 10x plus c. You will have to memorize this formula. Cosec x cot x becomes minus cos x plus c. So this is a formula that you will have to memorize. Cosec square x becomes cot x plus c. Okay, and sec x tan x becomes sec x plus c. So basically you will have to memorize these 4 formulas. Okay, you guys will have to memorize these 4 formulas as they are very important for your exam. Now without wasting any more time, let's do these 2 questions. All right, so now let's do these 2 difficult, not actually difficult, do these 2 tricky questions. The first one is this one, and the second one is B. So let's do this 2. Try to do it by yourself by pausing the video, and if you are done, then you can see the way I will do it. So basically the first thing is we will break them down. We'll write it like this: 2 cos x plus 3 into 1 by x minus x to the power of half dx. We can write it like this, right? We can write them down like this because root over x means x to the power of half, right? Root over x means x to the power of half. So now let's do this. So it becomes 2 cos x can be differentiated as 2 sin x, right? So it will become 2 sin x plus 3 ln x, because 1 by x is ln x. Then this half we will have to add 1 to the half, so it become x half plus 1 is 3 by 2, and then we will divide this by 3 by 2. So if we divide the whole value by 3 by 2, it actually becomes this 2 will go to the numerator. Okay, this 2 which is divided by the denominator will move to the numerator, so it will become like this. So it will become 2x, and the negative value will be like this. So it will become 2x to the power of 3 by 2 divided by 3. plus c. Okay, so basically this is the answer. Now moving forward to the answer A. Now let's answer B. In B they have written cos x divided by sin square x, so which we can write it down as cos x divided by sin x into sin. So it can also be written as cos x divided by sin x into 1 divided by sin x. We know cos x divided by sin x is cot x, right? It is cot x. And the next part is 1 divided by sin x is cosec x, and we know cot x and cosec x is equals to together minus cosec x, the formula that we have seen here, right? It is minus cosec x, so we can write minus cosec x, and from here we have to add this minus 2 e to the power of x, which will remain the same, so minus 2 e to the power of x plus c. So basically this is our final answer. Hopefully you guys have understood it completely. And while doing this math, I will be saying one thing: if you guys face any problem, then please comment down below. I will love to simplify or at least solve those problems for you guys. Okay, now before doing these two difficult questions, what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to solve this another easy question, because it will make your basic grow better. The more you do or the more you practice questions, the better you will become before solving the difficult ones. So please do it by yourself. Come on guys, quick. So now let's start doing it by ourselves. So what we can do here is we can draw it like this. It is 3a and a. It is 2x divided by x. So this x gets cancelled out, plus 1 by x. We can write them down like this, right? 1 by x dx. So we can write 3a and a. So it becomes 2 plus 1 by x dx. So which can be written as 2x plus ln of x when we differentiate it, because we add x to it, and 1 by x is 1 by ln x, right? So 2x plus ln of x, and we will give the limit as 3a and a. Now what we'll do is we'll write it them down using the maths. So what we'll do is we'll write it like this: 3a 2 into 3a plus ln 3a minus a, so it is 2a plus ln a. Now it becomes 6a plus ln 3a minus 2a plus ln a. Now this ln a, this is actually minus ln a, my bad, because this plus will be multiplied with this negative value, so it will become minus ln a. So now 6a minus 2a is 4a, and this ln 3a plus ln 3a minus ln 3a, when we subtract lns, it gets divided. Okay, so we can write 4a, it is actually done like this, which is ln 3a by a, so it becomes ln 3. Okay, it gets ln 3, it becomes ln 3. So we can write 4a plus ln 3 is equals to ln 12, this ln 12. Okay, so 4a plus ln 3 is equals to ln 2, and 4a is equals to ln 12 minus ln 3, which can also be written as 4a is equals to ln 12 by 3, which can be written as 4a is equals to ln 4, right? And a is equals to ln 4 by 4. So basically this is our final answer. Hopefully you guys understand, when we subtract ln, subtraction of ln means ln is getting divided. Okay, the ln x, the x values are getting divided. Now moving forward to these difficult questions, which are 5, 6, and 7 from your textbook. The special questions, these are previous year questions that Excel has given us. So let's solve this one together. So what you guys can do is pause the video and try it by yourself. And hopefully you guys have tried them and being able to solve it. Now let's solve it together. Okay. Now let's solve them together. The first question is like this, which says ln a ln 1 e to the power of x plus e to the power of minus x. So let's write it down here. So the fifth question is like this, which says ln a and ln 1, and here it is e to the power of x plus e to the power of minus x dx, which can also be written as e to the power of x minus e to the power of minus x ln a ln 1. Now if we further differentiate it, if we further integrate, we'll integrate it, we can write it down as e ln a minus e minus ln minus, now we will put this ln a, so e to the power of ln 1 minus e to the power of minus ln 1. Okay, now what we will do is basically we know e to the power of ln is, when we draw e to the power of ln, now we know e to the power of ln a is a minus e to the power of minus ln a means 1 divided by e to the power of ln a, right? When we take it down, the positive, the negative power becomes positive, so it means 1 divided by a. So we can write it down like this. So here we can write it down 1 minus 1 by a minus 1 by a, okay, minus 1 minus 1. Basically this is how e to the power of ln a is 1, and e to the power of minus ln a means 1 divided by e to the power of ln 1, which is equals to 1 divided by 1, which becomes 1. So this is how we have written it. Hopefully you guys have understood this tricky point. So now it will become a minus 1 by a, because both of them gets cancelled out as there is a negative and it becomes positive right here, so they gets cancelled out. So a minus 1 by a is equals to this 48 by 7, so we can write it down as 48 by 7. So overall the a is equals to 7. If you expand it and do all the things, it will become like this, 7a plus 1 and a minus 7. So it becomes a is equals to 7, since a is greater than 0. They have mentioned, no, they didn't mention it, right? So a is equals to 7. Yes, a is gonna be 7 because it's ln, it is with the ln, right? And lot cannot be a negative value, ln x cannot be a negative value, that's why we have taken a is equals to 7. Now let's do the 6 number math right now. Let's do the 6 number math. The 6 number math says here the limits are b and 2, and inside it is 3 e to the power of x plus 6 e to the power of minus 2x dx. So it can be written as 3 e to the power of x minus 3 e to the power of minus 2x b2, right? We can write it like this. Then what we can do is we can bring this 3 out, and we can write it like this, e to the power of b minus e to the power of minus 2b. We have taken out this 3 out, okay, we have bring that 3 out, so it remains only e to the power of x minus e to the power of minus 2x, and we have replaced it with this b. So e to the power of me minus e to the power of minus 2b minus the 2 e to the power of squared minus e to the power of minus 4 is equals to 0. Now we will divide this 0 by 3, so it becomes like this, e to the power of b minus e to the power of minus 2b minus e to the power of squared minus e to the power of minus 4. So now this is, now we will figure out that the value of b, if we put here 2, If the value of b is 2, then it also becomes minus 2 into 2 is minus 4, which is similar to this 2 and minus 4. So we can say b is equals to 2. Okay, we can say that b is equals to 2. This is some some thing that you will have to understand. So our b is equals to 4. Hopefully you guys have understood till now. Let's move forward and do the question number 7, which is way more important to solve. Okay, now the first question is, they have asked the 7, they've asked us to solve the equation fx is equals to 0. And I don't think in this A levels, as you guys are doing A levels, it is not an issue for you guys to do, right? But still I will solve you guys to do it, because I know a lot of students still faces a lot of issue while doing it. So 1 by 8 x 3 by 2 minus 4 by x is equals to 0, right? We can write it down as 1 by 8 x 3 by 2 is equals to 4 by x. Now what we will do is, we will multiply both the sides with 8. So it becomes 8 into 1 by 8 x 3 by 2 is equals to 8 into 4 by x. So it becomes x to the power of 3 by 2 is equals to 32 by x. Now we will multiply both the sides with x. So it becomes x into x 3 by 2 is equals to x into 32 by x. So it becomes, we know x has a power of 1, and when something is multiplied, the power gets added up. So x 3 by 2 plus 1 becomes x 5 by 2 is equals to 32, because these two x cancels out. Now x is equals to 32, the power will be 2 by 5, so it will become x is equals to 4. So this is our final answer for part A. Now moving on to part B, what they did say in the part B. Part B is, they have asked us to differentiate fx, sorry, to integrate fx. So to integrate fx, what we will do is, we will write it like this. We know the integration was 1 by 8 x 3 by 2 minus 4 by x, right? So if we start differentiating it, it will become like this. It will become like this. We know this is x 3 by 2 divided by 8 minus 4 by x, right? Minus 4 by x. So now what we can do is, we will increase the power by 1. So it will become x 5 by 2. And this 8 will be, sorry, this x will be divided by 3 by 2. So 8 into 3 by 2 minus 4 by x becomes 4 ln x. Becomes 4, sorry, my bad. It requires a little bit of space. So it becomes minus 4 ln x, not plus c. So it becomes x 5 by 2 divided by 20 minus 4 ln x plus c. So basically this is our answer to part B. Now moving forward to the part C, what did they ask us to do in part C? In part C, they have asked us to evaluate and give our answer in the form of p plus q ln r. Okay, so we know the limit that they have given us is 4 and 1 for this one. X is 5 by 2, sorry, 5 by 2 divided by 20 minus 4 ln x. So what we'll do is, we will use 4 right here. So it will become 4 to the power of 5 by 2 is 32 divided by 20 minus 4 ln to the power of x is 4 minus 1 by 20 minus 4 ln and we know 4 ln 1 is equals to 0. So when we multiply 0 is into 4, it becomes only 0. So we are only left with 32 by 20 minus this 1 by 20. So it will become 31 by 20 minus this for ln 4. So we have made this answer by p plus q ln r form. Okay, we have done it in the ln r form. So we are basically done with this one, the whole all the difficult questions. Now let's move forward to the section exercise 7b. Okay, now let's start exercise 7b. Now we will have to see a little bit of differentiation. We will relate integration with differentiation. Okay, now let's say you have sine 3x plus 1. You have sine 3x plus 1 and you have to differentiate it. How we will differentiate it? You have sine 3x plus 1. We would have differentiated it because sine becomes cos, and we would have multiplied with the differential of the differentiation. So we would have multiplied it, right? This is how we would have differentiated. But in terms of integration, we will not multiply. We will divide. So it will become cos 3x plus 1 divided by 3. So this is what we will do. We can also write it down as 1 by 3 cos 3x plus 1. So this is how we will do. We will divide in terms of integration just like the way we multiplied in terms of differentiation. This is the main difference between differentiation and integration. Now let's do this cos 2x plus 3. Okay, now let's do this cos 2x plus 3. I think you guys can do it by yourself. You guys can at least try. So what we'll do is the cos becomes sine, right, while integration. So sine 2x plus 3 divided by this 2. So it becomes half. So this is our answer to part A. Now moving forward to part B, becomes e to the power of 4x plus 1. We know when we differentiate it to the when we integrate e to the power of 4x plus 1, it is into the power of 4x plus 1. Now we just need to divide it with the differential, so it becomes 1 divided by 4. Now in part C, it is sec square 3x. We know when we integrate sec square, it becomes tan 3x, and we just need to divide it with the differential, so which is 1 divided by 3 tan 3x. So basically this is very easy, right? Actually pure 3 differentiation is easy. It becomes difficult when you start solving pure 4 differentiation, though we will make a video and make it very easy for you guys. Plus c. Okay, you need to add this plus c. Don't forget to add this plus c just like me, because it is very important to add plus c. Okay, now let's move forward and have a look at some of the more formulas. Let's take another example, which is let's take this example, which is 1 divided by 3 4x minus 2 squared dx. How we will differentiate this one? Let's say this is math number D. How we will differentiate it? What we will do is, first of all what we will do is let's take this 4x minus 2 squared above. So we'll write it down as 4x minus 2 minus 2, right? The sign will change, and then 1 divided by 3, right? It will look like this. So now what we will do later on is we will integrate this. So while integrating, we add plus 1, right? So it will become 4x minus 2 minus 1. Now we will divide this whole value with this 4, right? We have to divide it with the differential, so it will become divided by 4. So now the equation will look like minus 4x minus 2. Actually we have to also divide it with this minus 1, so we will divide it with this minus 1 as well. So divided by minus 1 as well. So overall it will become minus 4x minus 2 divided by 12, right? It will look like this. It will absolutely look like this. Okay, it will look like this. Hopefully you guys have understood it completely. Now let's move forward, as we have seen a difficult math. Now let's move forward to solve these questions from your textbook. Okay, let's solve them together. What you guys should do is you guys should try to solve it by yourself. If you cannot, then I will help. Now we know here they have written 1 divided by 3x plus 2 to the power of dx, right? So what we will do is we will write it. We know when something is divided by 1, it becomes ln. So we can write it down as ln 3x plus 2. This is the rules of integration, right? And then there is a differentiation of 3. So we can write 1 by 3 ln 3x plus 2 plus 3. This is our difference. This is our integration. We have to divide it by the differential. Now in part B, they have written 2x plus 3 to the power of 4. Now we will 2x plus 3, we will increase the power by 1, so it will become 5 and will be divided by 5, and we'll also divide it by the integral, so it will divide it into 2 as well. So it will become 1 by 10 into 2x plus 3 to the power of 5. Okay, so basically this is how we will do them. Hopefully you guys have understood it completely. Now let's move forward and solve these two difficult questions. Actually you guys can solve this too by pausing the video and try to solve it by yourself. Come on guys, quick, it's easy guys, come on. So now what here we will do is let's solve it together. In part 6 what we'll do is we will write it down like this. B3 2x minus 6 squared dx. So what we'll do is we will expand it. Okay, so it will become b by 3, it will become 4x squared minus 24x plus 36 dx. Now in the next part we will start integrating it. So we'll integrate this 4x will become, we will increase the power by 1 and we will divide it by 3. Now here this 24x we will increase the power by 1, it will become squared and we will divide it by these 2. So it becomes, this 24 divided by 2 becomes 12. So we will write it as 12x squared. Right? Plus 36x. And we'll write the limit as b and 3, which is equals to 36. Now the next part we will do is, we know it will become 4b cube divided by 3 minus 12b squared plus 36b minus 36 minus 108 plus 108. When you put this 3 into these values, it becomes 36 minus 108 plus 108, which is equals to 36. This 36. Okay. Now what we'll do is the next part what we'll do is we will multiply all of them with 4 by 3. Okay, and it will become b cube minus 9b squared plus 27b minus this whole value becomes this whole value actually becomes 72, including this 36 right here. So it becomes minus 54, which is equals to 0. B minus 6. I will make you guys understand this. Just give me 1 minute. Let's write the answer first. B minus 6 and B squared minus 3B plus 9. And here the value of B is equals to 6. Okay, the value of B will be 6. Now you guys might ask me what I have actually done here. What I have actually done here, right? I have actually divided all of these values with 4 by 3. I've actually divided all of these values with 4 by 3. I've divided this with 4 by 3, this as well with 4 by 3, this as well with 4 by 3, and also them with 4 by 3. When you bring this 36 here, it all together becomes 72, and when you divide it by 4 by 3, it becomes 54. Okay, this is how we have converted this line into this line. Hopefully you guys have understood them completely. And then the b is equals to 6. So basically we are done with exercise 7b as well. Now moving forward to exercise 7c, which is one of the most important topic, integrating using the trig identities. Now first of all, let's integrate one value, which is sine squared x. Let's integrate sine squared x. I will give you some examples. Let's integrate sine squared x. Can you guys do it? Can you guys integrate sine squared x? We know there is a formula of cos 2x, which is 1 minus 2 sine squared x. If you make sine squared x the subject, it becomes sine squared x is equals to this cos 2x. This is negative value here, so it becomes actually it becomes 1 minus cos 2x, right? It becomes 1 minus cos 2x. 1 minus cos 2x means 1 minus 1 into cos 2x, so it becomes 1 minus 1 cos 2x. Actually this 1 is multiplied with this cos 2x. Now we have to divide it with this 2, right? So if we divide it with these 2, it becomes 1 minus 1 by 1 minus half of cos 2x, right? So it becomes easier to integrate them. It becomes easier to integrate them. It becomes way more easier to integrate it. Okay. We have just taken sine square x in this position, and we have bring cos 2x right here, nothing else. And then as we have taken 2 sine 2x right here, we will divide it by both those values with 2. So let's do it in a more expanded way. What we can actually do is we can take we can write it like this: 2 sine squared x is equals to 1 minus cos 2x. We just replace both of them, and then we will just divide both these by 2. So cos 2x divided by 2 becomes half cos 2x, right? So that is how we have written it, nothing else. So 1 by half minus half cos 2x. Now let's integrate this. Half minus half cos 2x. Now if you integrate half, it becomes half x, right? Minus half cos 2x integration means these 2 will be divided with the cos 2x. The cos 2x will be divided by 2. So when you divide half by 2, it becomes 1 by 4 cos 2x, right? So basically this, when you integrate cos, it becomes sine 2x. So we will have 1 by 4 sine 2x plus c. So basically this is our final answer. I think you guys have faced a little bit of issue in terms of understanding this. Don't worry guys, you will understand as soon as we solve few more examples. Now let's solve cos square x. Okay, now let's solve cos squared x. It will become way more easier now. Okay, now we know there is a formula: cos 2x is equals to 2 cos squared x minus 1, right? So if we make cos squared x the subject, it becomes cos x plus 1, and now we will divide it by these 2. So it becomes half cos x plus 1 divided by 2. Okay, half cos x plus 1 divided by 2. Now you guys should try to integrate this value. pause the video and try by yourself, because it is not that difficult to do it by yourself. Come on guys, if I show each and every one of them, and you will not learn anything, so you should try by yourself. Come on. Okay, hopefully you guys have been able to solve it. Now I will do it and check your answer with the one that I'm writing. So it becomes half cos, actually it was cos 2x. Okay, so you will have to write here cos 2x, half cos 2x plus half of dx. So it will become, this cos will become sine, so half sine 2x, and this whole value will be divided by 2, so that means this 2 will become 4. Okay, so we can write it down as 1 by 4 sine 2x. This is something that we will have to understand. If you divide cos 2x, it was actually cos 2x by 2, right? It was like this, cos 2x by 2. Now if you divide again it by 2, it becomes cos 2x by 4, which is similar to this one. Okay, nothing else. So it becomes 1 by 4 sine 2x plus half x. This is the answer, plus c. Plus c. This is our answer. Now hopefully you guys have been able to do it. Now please do this tan squared x by yourself. Come on guys, quick. Please pause the video and try it by yourself. Hopefully you have been able to solve it. Now let's solve it together. So 1 plus tan squared x is equals to sec squared x, right? This is the formula. Now if you make tan squared x the subject, it becomes sec squared x minus 1. Now we'll have to integrate this part. Okay, so integration of sec squared x minus 1 dx. We know when we integrate sec squared x, it becomes 10x minus x. Sorry, it becomes 10x. Sorry, my bad. Sec squared x becomes 10x. We have seen this, right? The integration of sec squared x is 10x. We have seen this right here. The integration of sec squared x is 10x. Okay, and this minus 1 becomes minus x. So this is our final answer. Hopefully you guys have been able to solve it. Now let's solve another example, which is sine 3x cos 3x. You should pause the video and try it by yourself. If you cannot, then I will help. Okay, hopefully you guys have been able to solve it. Now let's check the answer with me. So we know sine 2a is equals to 2 sine a cos a, right? And here we have sine 3x cos 3x. So here what we can do is, we can write sine 2, we can replace this a with the 3x because it is exactly the same, right? So we can write 3x, and then there is an extra 2 right here, which we will divide by bringing right here. Okay, so it becomes half sine 6x. We can write it down as half sine 6x, right? Now let's differentiate this one, half sine 6x. We know sine will become minus cos, and as we have half here, this 6 will also divide them, so it will become minus 1 by 12. Okay, so it is actually like this, minus 1 by 12 cos x. Hopefully you guys have understood this part as well. Now let's solve part b right now, which is sec x plus tan squared x. I think you guys should be able to solve it by yourself, right? Let's do it in the next place. Let's do it right here, part b, sec x plus tan x squared. We can write it down as like this, sec x plus sec x plus tan x multiplied by sec x plus tan x. Now we can expand it because it was squared, right? So we can write it twice and then we will expand it. It will become sec x sec squared x, sorry, sec squared x plus 2 sec x tan x plus tan squared x. And then if we integrate them, okay, sec squared x plus 2 sec x tan x plus tan squared x. If we integrate them, it will become v naught sec x squared x becomes tan x, and sec x tan x becomes 2 sec x only, plus this tan squared x becomes tan x minus x. Right, we have done this tan squared x integration before. Here it was, so it became tan x minus x. We can also write it as tan x minus x plus c. So basically we are done with this question as well. Hopefully you guys have understood this part as well. Now moving forward, we're only left with another question of 7, exercise 7c. Please do it by yourself and check whether answer matches with my one. Please don't only see my videos, try it by yourself as well. Otherwise it will not be fruitful for you. You will just learn the video and watch the video, but you will not understand anything. And now come on, let's do this math. We know one thing, that is cos 2a is equals to 1 minus 2 sin squared a, right? Which can be written as, if we replace it with this 3x, it becomes cos 2 into 3x means cos 6 is equals to 1 minus 2 sin squared 3x, right? We have replaced them. Now if we make sin squared 3x the subject, it becomes minus half cos 6x plus half. Hopefully you guys have understood it, because we have written cos 6x plus 1 and then we have divided with minus 2. When we have divided with minus 2, it becomes minus half cos 6x plus half. Let me write it once again. We can write it like this: cos 6x plus 1, right? Now we will divide it with minus 2, so it will become minus half, and it will become only 2 right here. Actually we will not divide it by minus 2, it will be divided, there will be minus from previously, we will just divide it with 2, so it will become 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2, and here it will become only half. Now we will integrate this small part. Okay, let's integrate this small part. All right, so integrating this right now, it is pi by 3 and here it is pi by 6. So integrating this, it becomes minus half. When we integrate cos 6x, it becomes sin 6x, right? And this 6 will also, we will divide the whole by 6, so now it will become minus 1 by 12 sin 6x plus half x. So we have integrated it successfully. Now we have to use the limits in order to figure out the value of the pi. Now what we'll do is, we'll take pi by 3 right here, and we will write minus 1 by 12 sin 6 pi by 3 plus half pi by 3 minus pi by 6. Now we will use limits pi by 6 here. Minus 1 by 12 sin 6 pi by 6 plus half pi by 6. It will become minus 1 by 12 sin 6 into pi by 3 is 2 pi plus half pi by 3 is pi by 6 minus 1 by 12 sin pi, because 6 gets cancelled out, plus pi by 12. So it becomes 0 plus pi by 6 minus pi by 12. Okay, it becomes like this, and the overall answer is pi by 12. So basically this is my final answer. Hopefully you guys have understood it completely, and I don't need to show the workings right here from this line to this line. I don't need to show the working, right, as you guys have grown up. Hopefully you guys can do it by yourself. Now moving on to question exercise 7D. Now exercise 7D is a bit different to the ones that we have seen till now. Okay, exercise 7D is a bit different to the ones that we have seen till now. Now let's start exercise 7D. Now in exercise 7D, the integration involves differentiation. What? The integration includes differentiation. We will have to first differentiate the value and then later on again integrate it. Okay, we will have to use differentiation part and then integrate it. So now what we will do is actually we will take this part. This is reverse chain rule. This is reverse chain rule. So here we will have to increase the power by 1 and then we will differentiate it. So consider 1 minute. Consider y is equals to x squared plus 5 to the power of 4. We will increase the power of the differential by 1 and then we will differentiate it. So dy by dx is equals to 4x squared plus 5 cube into 2x, right? This is how we have differentiated it. It becomes 8x x squared plus 5 to the power of 3. So basically this x squared plus 5 to this is exactly same as this, right? So this was our main thing. The first thing was the first x looks like it arose from differentiating the x square inside the brackets. Okay, the first thing that we have to do is we have to increase this power by 1 and then make an equation and then differentiate it. By differentiating it, it will look like this. So this differentiation is exactly same as the value that they give us. Just there is a difference between this 8 and this x. So basically what we will do is, as there is a difference between 8, what we will write it? We will write this value which we considered as x squared plus 5 to the power of 4, and then this was exactly same as this one, just a power 1 more, and now the answer was this one was same as this one, but just there is 8 difference, so we will write it by 1 by 8. The answer that will come, we will divide it by the equation which we differentiated. Okay, now let's do this one again. I know this is a bit confusing, but you will understand it after doing a couple of maths. Okay, after doing a couple of maths, I don't think you guys will have any issues. Now what you guys can do is you guys can try this second one. If you cannot, then I will definitely help you guys to solve that as well. Okay, but you should try by yourself first. Now we have this sine squared x is our differential, right? So we will increase the power of the differential by 1. So you can write y is equals to sine cube x, and now we will differentiate it. So dy by dx is equals to 3 sine x squared, right, into cos x. So basically it was sine x cubed. So we have bring the power down, we have decreased the power by 1, and we have differentiated the differential, and it has become sine x has become cos x. Now it is becoming 3 cos x sine squared x, right? This is quite similar as this one because it was 3 cos x sine square x, and here it is cos x sine square x. So there is a difference between only these 3. So we will divide this sine cube x, which we increase the power by 1 by 3. So our integration value will be, so if we our value will be 1 by 3 sine x squared, sorry, sine cube x plus c, this cube x. Okay, so this is how we will done it, and the value of this one was this, so we can write it down here as well, that the differential of, sorry, the integration of cos x sin squared x is equal. So basically, when we will differentiate by increasing the power by 1, and the answer of the differentiation will be a little bit different to the one the actual question was, and the difference that we'll have, let's say there here is 8 and there is 3, we will just write, just we will divide that value with the value which we with the we will just divide 1 by 3 or 1 by 8 which to the equation which we differentiated by increasing the power by 1 in the same two maths, right? So this is the main way of doing these questions. Okay, now let's move forward and solve another question, which is this one. Come on, let's do it. You guys can try by yourself as well. Here it is x square plus 1, right? So the differential here is this, which is ln x square plus 1, right? So let's consider it as ln x square plus 1. So let's consider is that y is equals to ln x squared plus 1. Now if we differentiate it, it becomes 1 divided by x squared plus 1 multiplied by this differential, which is 2x, right? So it becomes 2x divided by x squared plus 1. Now this is exactly same as the question that they have given us. So we can write as there is no difference, just like here there was a difference of 8 and there was a difference of 3 because it was 3 times and it was 8 times. So we wrote it like this, 1 by 8 and 1 by 3. But here there is no difference between the integration, so the differentiation value and the question. So we can write that integration of 2x by x squared plus 1 is equals to 2x by x squared plus 1. Sorry, 2x by x squared plus 1 is equals to this value which we differentiated, which is ln x squared plus 1. Okay, so this is the way we will try to solve these maths. Now let's do this couple of maths together. The next math will be this one. Okay, we will do this math. Let's do it right here. Right, so now let's solve this one. So basically what we will do is first we will differentiate this differential, which is x squared plus 5 to the cube. So x squared, we will just, first of all we will add the power by 1. We will increase the power by 1 considering, so y is equals to x squared plus 5 to the power of 4, and then we will differentiate it. So dy by dx is equals to 4x squared plus 5 cube into the differential, which is 2x, by multiplying this. Okay, so 2x, so it becomes 8x x squared plus 5 to the cube. So there is no difference between it, right? X squared plus 5 and x plus 5 cube, just a difference of this 8. So what we'll do is we will add this value and divide it by 1 by 8. So it will write 8 differential of x squared plus 5 to the power of cube is equals to 1 by 8 x squared plus 5 to the power of 4. So basically this is how we do this kind of maths, right? Now without wasting any more time, let's dive into solving these two difficult questions where it is written sin x into cos x plus 1 to the power of 5. Okay, you should pause the video and try it by yourself. If you cannot, then you will get the chance to look at my answers. Okay, I will solve them for you, but before that you should try by yourself, right? Please try by yourself. Come on guys, quick. Okay, so before actually solving these 5 maths, we have to go through here. Here we have to go through some of the things that is important to understand. Okay, you can notice one thing, that when we differentiate sine to the power of 5x, the power will decrease. Okay, if we differentiate it, let's differentiate it, it will become sine x to the power of 5, right? When we differentiate it, it becomes 5 sine x to the power of 4. So basically sine x cos x, actually sine 4x, sine just 1 minute. Now let's differentiate it in a perfect manner. 5 7x to the power of 4, and then we will have to differentiate the differential as well, which is cos x, right? So the power has decreased right here. But when we will differentiate sec to the power of 5x, the power of sec doesn't decrease. Okay, so you have to remember that in terms of integrating as well. So here we will write 5 sec x to the power of 4 into sec x tan x. So basically it remaining as 5 sec 5x tan x, because these two sec x are getting multiplied and it is becoming 5 again. So the power isn't decreasing in terms of sec x, and you have to remember this part while doing sec integration. Okay, we have to remember this part while doing sec integration. It becomes really crucial. Now let's do this math. Okay, let's consider y is equals to sec to the power of 4x. Okay, let's consider y is equals to sec to the power of 4x. Now let's differentiate it. dy by dx is equals to 4 sec cube x and then sec x tan x, right? So which becomes 4 sec to the power of 4x tan x. So you didn't differentiate anything, right? You don't need to yes, actually we have differentiated, but the power didn't go down. Sorry, my bad. We have differentiated, but the power didn't go down. So the differential of this will be sec 4x tan x dx is equals to 1 by 4. We will just divide it by 1 by 4 because there is a difference, right? So 1 by 4 this value, sec to the power of 4x plus c. So this is how you actually do the thing. The main thing to understand is the difference between the question and the differentiation is, let's say 4, 8 or 10. The difference will be divided by this value which we have differentiated. Okay, the first thing is we have to take the differential and then differentiate it. Okay, we have to take the differential and differentiate it. While taking the differential here, in terms of sec x the power doesn't go down, but in terms of taking sin x the power goes down by 4. So first of all we will take this. Okay, this is how we have to remember all of the things. So basically hopefully we have understood 7D. Now let's do this 5 maths by ourselves. Let's do this difficult 5 maths together. Okay, the first question is this. We will take this part, we will consider this part, we will increase the power by 1, right? First of all we have to increase the power by 1. So cos x plus 1 becomes 6. We have to write consider part here. Okay, I'm writing consider here because I forgot to write. So now we will differentiate it. So differentiation becomes cos x plus 1 becomes 6. The power will come down, and then cos x plus 1, and then we will decrease the power by 1 and then multiply with the differential. Cos x become minus sin x. It will obviously become minus 6 sin x and then cos x plus 1 to the power of 5. Okay, actually this is our sin x. So this is how we have done. Now there is this is exactly the same as this one, right? So there is only a difference of minus 6. So we'll divide minus 1 by 6 to this value. So we'll write minus 1 by 6 cos x plus 1 to the power of 6 as a differentiation of sin x cos x plus 1 to the power of 5. Okay, this is how we will do it. Now let's do this math. Here what you guys can see is we will take the differential as this one, the cot x value. So we will write let's consider 2 plus cot x cube y is equals to this. Okay, then we will differentiate this value. We will differentiate this small value. So dy by dx is equals to it was minus 2 power. No, the power was 3. Okay, so basically what has happened right here is we have to look after another thing right here, which becomes highly crucial, which is we can also write it down like this. So basically if we take this into upward, the sign will change, so it will become 2 plus cot x minus 3, and when we will take it right here, we will increase the power by 1, right? So it will become 2 plus cot x minus 2. Minus 3 will become minus 2 because we have increased the power by 1. And then we will differentiate it. It will become this minus 2 will come down. So minus 2 into 2 plus cot x. And then we will decrease the power by 1. So it will become minus 3 into minus cos x squared x. So we know when we differentiate cot x, it becomes cos x squared x minus cos x squared x actually. So it will become 2 into 2 plus cot x, because we have multiplied this with this, so minus minus becomes plus, into cos x squared x. Okay, both of them has become together. Now this equation is exactly same as this equation, right? This equation is exactly same as this equation, because we can write it down like this: 2 cos x squared x divided by, when this minus 3 will go down, it will become plus 3, so it will become 2 plus cot x to the power of 3, right? This minus 3 when goes down, it was in multiplication sign, right? But when it becomes divided, it the power changes, and from negative minus 3 it becomes positive plus 3. So this equation is exactly same as this one, just there are difference of this small 2. So now we can write 1 divided by 2 is equals to this value. Okay, so we can write it down here as it is in the numerator. We will write it like this: 1 by 2 into 2 plus cot x minus 2 plus c. So basically this is our final answer. Hopefully you understood this part as well. If you guys still have any question, you can comment down below. I will love to answer those questions. Okay, I will definitely love to answer those questions. Now there are two other maths as well. Now let's solve them together, though they are really easy to understand, but I will still solve them for you, because you can actually pause the video and try by yourself. If you cannot, then you can check the answer with me. Now we will consider this tan 2x plus 1. Okay, so which can be written as ln 2x plus 1, ln tan 2x plus 1. So y is equals to ln tan 2x plus 1. Don't forget to write consider, though I haven't written because of small space. So dy dx is equals to 1 divided by tan 2x plus 1 into 2 sec squared 2x. We know when we actually differentiate tan 2x, it becomes sec square. So it is 2 sec squared 2x. Okay, we've taken the differential as well, that's why it has come 2 right here. So it has become 2 sec squared 2x. Now if we take this up, it is writing as 2 sec squared 2x divided by tan 2x plus 1, which is exactly same as this one, right? It's exactly same as this one, just there is a difference of these two. So what we will do is we will write 1 by 2 of this value. So 1 by 2 of ln tan 2x plus 1 is the differentiation of sec squared 2x divided by tan 2x plus 1. Hopefully you guys understood this as well. Now let's differentiate this one. Actually this is small part. Now what we will do is consider, don't forget to write consider y is equals to, we will increase the power by 1. Okay, so it will become x squared plus 2 to the power of 4, and when we differentiate it, it becomes dy by dx is equals to 4 x squared plus 2 to the power of cube. We'll decrease the power by 1, and then we will multiply with the differential, which is 2x, so it is becoming 8x x squared plus 2 to the power of cube, which is exactly same as this one, but there is a difference of this 8. So we'll just write 1 by 8 and this value, the one that we considered, which is x squared plus 2 to the power of 4, and this is the differential of x squared plus 2 to the power of cube. Hopefully you guys have understood this as well. Now let's differentiate this one, which is even more easier. Okay, but still I will do it for you. While differentiating it, we will take this x squared as x as our integral, as our differential. So let's do this. This was b, this was a, and now let's do c. So our part c will be, consider y is equals to sec squared x. Okay, so while doing dy by dx, it becomes 2 sec x into sec x tan x. Okay, this power have come right here, and sec squared x has remained sec squared x, and when we differentiate this sec squared x, it becomes sec x tan x, right? Oh no, sorry, I have written it in a different way actually, sorry, my bad. I have done a mistake right here. So basically it becomes sec squared x is sec squared x, which I have written in sec x into sec x manner, and then the differential of sec squared x is this tan x, and this power has come right here. So this is how I have actually made those things read, right? So it can also be written as 2 sec squared x tan x. Okay, this is something that I have shown an extra sample to show you guys. So this is exactly same as this one, right, which was 5 tan x sec squared x. So this is 2 and it is 5 right here, right? So what we can do is, if there is a difference between them, right, if this is 5 and this is another value, if the two values are different, then what we'll do is we'll take the value from the question as the numerator and the answer as the denominator, and just write like this. So it will become slash 5 tan x sec squared x dx is equals to 5 by 2 sec squared x plus c. So basically this is the answer of our value. Hopefully you guys have understood this part. As this part is smaller and this part is bigger, we have taken this part as the numerator and this as the denominator. Okay, let's see if we have divided. If this was, let's see, if it was nothing, then we would have written 1 by 2, right? As there is a value, we have written is 5 by 2. Okay, the easiest way to remember is, if there is a value right here, we will take the value from the question in the numerator and the value that we have figured out in the denominator. Okay, hopefully we have understood 7D. So I will simplify again the 7D questions. The first thing that we will do is we will take the differential and increase the power by 1, and then we will differentiate it. After differentiating, there will be a difference in the value. If the difference is, let's say, 5, 6, 7, any value, that we will write 1 by 8 with the value of the value that we considered by increasing the differential. Okay, this is the main basic of doing exercise 7D. Now we are done with the whole trigonometry chapter. Hopefully you guys have understood and loved this video. If you want to solve all the question papers from January 2020 till January 2025, before your May 25, October 25 or Jan 26 exams, you can join our high impact crash course to do all the syllabus review and the book with me, and then later on doing all the question papers, as well as getting our premium worksheets, notes and booklets for free. So without wasting any more time, please join our course if you want to do more and more practice with us. And if you want to join our high impact crash course, the results of our high impact crash course, physics, chemistry, biology and maths, has been unbelievable. And recently we have started business accounting and law as well. So feel free to join our high impact crash course and question papers marathon course to ameliorate your exam score and get your desired result.